Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and we're back with another roast video. It's been a month. Thank you so much for all the support, watching all the videos, and commenting down below with ideas, criticism, laughs, funny stuff, clips from the videos, and then most importantly, your IGN. This is why people leave their IGNs in every video, because roughly once a month, there's a chance that I'll make one of these videos, and then there's a chance after that that your comment will get chosen. So let's start it off with Jared Jensen from the 32 support character video. I would love to see more roast videos, please and thank you. Get some 85. You're welcome, Get some 85. Now let's go and get some 85. All right, let's check it out. Magic Warriors level 30 alliance. This team is looking pretty busted, but gotta give the boy kudos. He's going after Crossbones, possibly because of the upcoming Hydra update. Taking a look at the cards, we've got a free-to-play vibe going on here. 4 of these cards are easily obtainable for free just by doing a couple of event battles, or one event battle, and doing some mythic uniforms from the Ragnarok legendary battle. And then I'm assuming he got the Black Panther legendary battle to also get this one. So he seems like he's been investing his cards strategically to he's been investing his crystals strategically to improve his cards. There we go. I got it the second time. A lot of stats going on here. Very good stats, actually, to be honest with you. I think these are really good stats. You've got a healthy mixture of everything, and you've avoided resists. I would say the only thing is the activated effects. You don't need them. I don't know where you've... Yeah, the debuff duration effect is not good, but I can understand why you don't want to reroll this card because it's got all attack and crit. And then you've got another... I would probably reroll this card, although energy attack, all attack is really hard to pass up. But that debuff, that cooldown reduction is not helping you. Maybe you could also... Actually, you know what? I would focus on maybe rerolling or replacing this Gwenpool card. But from here on out, with cards like this, once you hit 30% ignore defense and 25 to 30% cooldown, and you've got, 36 all attack and 20% of the fizz and energy, you got 20% attack speed, you got some HP, like these stats are really good. It's kind of frustrating. He's in a weird place where he's going to have to make a major change, probably with a premium card, in order to see an improvement of his cards. He's kind of hit the wall, or the soft cap, for low spending players. For their cards. So congratulations, but also simultaneously, it's not from here on out. It's not going to be easy. You climbed a mountain to get to here, but now you're going to have to leap over a mountain with your wallet if you actually want to see a visible increase in your stats. 3% here, 3% there, 5% here. You might see, but you're not going to see a big jump. And there's really not much to jump. You could jump another 10 to 15% on your all attack, or you could jump another 20% on your HP. But besides that, there's really not much to do without spending a lot of cash. Taking a look at the characters, so he's got the cards down, so he's got a pretty easy time with the characters. CTP of Rage here, CTP of Energy. You can kind of see it peeking out from the camera. We got another Rage here. We got another Rage here. Another Rage here. So this seems very ABX focused. You've got 3 characters all ABX focused with CTPs of Rage. Let's take a look at what the rest of the roster looks like. You got an Authority here. You got an Energy here. Yeah, okay, it seems like he favors a lot of the mutant characters, which I can give a lot of respect to, but he seems like you've been playing pretty recently. Maybe not. Let me scroll down. Okay, I think I was wrong. No, it seems like he's been playing for a little bit longer than recently, because he's got a lot of tier 2s. I would say you probably don't need any advice as far as your roster building goes. You seem to have a very strong grasp on what to do with your roster. I don't see any huge mistakes like giving CTPs to bad characters. You got guard break where you need it. You've got damage procs if you can roll it. Yeah, I think you know exactly what to do. It's just a matter of getting there. I don't see any gross ISO 8 sets either, lots of Smart Raccoon or some kind of garbage like Spider Sense. So yeah, I think this is good, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. You obviously have a really strong grasp on the game. And if you need any more personal advice, because I don't think a roast is really going to do you much good, my dog, you've already been cooked quite well. I would say if you need more personal advice, hit up the Discord and ask in MFF Public. You can tag me from time to time, not necessarily with every question, because that would get overwhelming, but they'll definitely be able to give you more specific personalized advice that you have for who should my next tier 3 be. By the way, your next tier 3, I would definitely look at investing in probably another blast type character, but definitely wait to see what the update holds. But I would say probably Doctor Strange is your next big project. That's going to bump up your score majorly, but you're going to have to scrape together another CTP of Rage if you really want to see that ABX score bump up. But I might be wrong. Maybe he's not into ABX. Maybe he just loves World Boss and Giant Boss Raid, in which case Maybe Jean Grey or Luna next. Actually, Luna would be probably a good choice, but that will be your third speed type. But wait for the update, see who's next. Up next for us, we got BKBW with this long written comment about the Superior Octopus sneak peek. And then at the bottom, they leave their IGN, StellarOne. Let's go. Okay, StellarOne, let's take a look at the cards first. We got lots of premiums going on. We got the new Avengers card as well. Again, we see those activation rates. Most of the activation rate procs are bad. Pretty much the only ones that are good are the Loki proc for ABX or the new Avengers HP proc when you get hit. So just keep that in mind. But otherwise, the stats are looking really good. They're very, very similar to the last guy we checked out. The only problem is the cooldown. You've got a little bit too much cooldown. 39% is about 9 to 10% more than you need. So I would strongly recommend either re-rolling a card or exchanging a card. And actually, looking at your stats, I would say you're probably best off replacing this card. So try to get a replacement for Loki #1. Getting something with ignore defense is fine. You can go up to 35% ignore defense comfortably. So you could get something that has a main stat as ignore defense, just not something that has any cooldown. You could easily lose 10% cooldown because right now, you're way over capped. You're 39 plus 14 from your alliance, which means that you're already, every single character, before you even look at the character's gear, anything at all, they're already 3 to 4% overcapped, which means most of your characters are actually closer to 7 or 8% overcapped on cooldown, which is just completely unnecessary for the time being. So let's check out the builds here for the characters. Looking pretty nice. Okay, again, you guys know what you're doing. You got, you know, this is maybe not as fun from a roasting perspective because you guys want to see me clown on people and make jokes and call them goofs and shit like that. But this makes me happy as a content creator because this means that people are watching my content or other people's content. They're getting the information themselves. However it is. But you know, I mean, pardon me for assuming that they're watching my content if they're commenting on my videos with their IGN to get roasted. It kind of makes sense, right? And it means that they are learning stuff. So I'm really happy to see that. And yeah, so thank you. Whoa, okay. That's the only thing I could see. You got to give a CTP to a character that you don't even want to buy a uniform for. I can kind of respect it. You could get the Infinity War uniform, or you could try to work towards getting a rank 6 type enhancement, and then getting the Far From Home uniform to get the CTP selector. But yeah, I can kind of relate to this one. Spider-Man, he's kind of in an awkward place right now. He's not terrible, but you know, seeing the comments, seeing the vids, seeing the lack of end game content that he's clearing might lead you to believe that you just have to wait for the next uniform. Kind of like Emma Frost, where you're like, yeah, they're good, but I should just wait for the next new uniform. You did get this one, though, so I don't know. I think a lot of people are big fans of X-Men. That's what I see from a lot of these roasts. I think you're doing a great job, man. As far as who your next tier 3 should be, I'd probably say you got one of each. I like the balance. I mean, it depends what you want, whether you want to go PvE or PvP. I would say maybe Jean Grey or maybe Luna. Those are both good options. Jean Grey is really expensive. Luna's not expensive. You could hedge, go 50-50 on PvP, PvE with something like Quicksilver. But of course, my advice at first is always to wait for the next update and see who the next tier 3 is. You could also tier 3 Namor next, since you have his uniform mythic and he has a CTP of Rage. As far as who you've built up and who you have, that would probably be your best return on investment. So actually, maybe I'll change my mind and say Namor, although you already have a combat type. You don't even have Luna, eh? That's damn, she's all the way down here. Okay, forget Luna. Probably go with Jean or Namor, but see who is next. Next up, we've got Seamus 2304, rank 69, Dr. Voodoo. Nice, aka Giggity. Okay, let's check out Seamus here. Whoa, okay, working on the Hydra agents, Red Skull and Dr. Octopus. With the update coming out. Okay, nice cards. Let's take a look at the stats here. Okay, a little bit worse. I'd say the stats are a little bit more spread out than anybody else's. They're not necessarily worse. They're just a little bit lower. You need a little bit more ignore defense, hopefully. You don't need as much crit rate. Crit damage is nice, you know. But yeah, you got a good balance of cards. I don't think you have bad cards at all. Good stats here. Good stats here. Pretty good stats here, yeah. No, okay, I would definitely re-roll this Black Panther card when you can. And then maybe on this card. So yeah, you're pretty close to the first guy. Get some 85 in terms of that soft cap that we were talking about. So definitely, you know, plan out your next card upgrade carefully. But you've got a really good start so far. Like those are good enough cards to do pretty much every content in the game at a high level. CTP of energy, regen. We got Lots of tier 3s. Rage, rage, rage. Oh, sorry. Rage, rage. No, energy, energy. Rage on Iron Man. Interesting. Okay, another rage. And then poor Thanos. Poor Thor is the only tier 3 without a CTP. That's how it be sometimes. That's how it's be. So you got 11 tier 3s. You pretty much got all the ones that are really needed to do most of the content. You're not really missing anyone that jumps out at me as being absolutely crucial. I mean, Deadpool, yeah, but you could just get the holiday uniform and leave your Deadpool at tier 2 straight up. The holiday Lady Deadpool is that good that you could leave them at tier 2. So I would say, yeah, just save your resources. You're obviously making a lot of good moves. I am Groot. I don't know about that specifically. Maybe a little bit too cheeky for my tastes. But you obviously skipped out on characters that you thought were just not good enough. So you have that foresight. I would say wait and see who the next tier 3 is, or just keep hoarding your resources. Maybe finish off Apocalypse next, because you do get another villain out of that. But it will be your third combat type. So yeah. But definitely pick up that Deadpool uniform when it comes back. And then otherwise, just keep doing what you're doing. Man, 3 accounts back to back to back with no glaring weaknesses, no glaring mistakes. We've even got players who are saving their crystals by, purchasing only the uniforms that they absolutely need. Look at this guy. Just brilliant. I'm loving it. All right, coming up next, number 4, we have JDSP87 with the most hilarious IGN, RINO, RINO, RINO. Okay, let's check it out. RINO, RINO, RINO with the triple Warriors of the Sky. Ooh, big whale cards. Let's take a look. 40% all attack, 30 on the fizz, 40 ignore defense. 40 ignore defense is a little bit too high. You probably know that. And then no max HP with 11% lightning resist. So my dude, very, very good cards, but you probably, yeah, you're going to need to re-roll this one at some point. This one's fine. This one is, oh, it's so good. This one is, it's okay. And then this one, yeah, okay. So you need to re-roll this card. I'm surprised. You don't actually need that many re-rolls, but you got 40% ignore defense. Damn, this is a little bit too high. But these are really, really good stats. Kudos to you for getting that far. Now let's check out the builds here. You got a lot of tier 3s, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, same as last time, but you got Spider-Man for some reason. Okay, cold damage 140 proc, guard break dodge. So this person invested a lot into their cards and invested a lot into their tier 3/ uniforms, but not a lot of CTPs. I can respect it. You can definitely get by with a lot of characters with a damage proc obelisk. Especially depending on what kind of content you want to do. It's not as necessary to push for specific goals, and it's obviously not going to cost you that much. Doctor Strange, he's missing a CTP, or he's missing an obelisk altogether, so you want to definitely work on that. But again, we got another account here. I don't know what's going on. I'm choosing all of the most beautiful accounts I've ever seen on these roast videos. This is not a roast. This is a tribute video. We've changed the game, guys. This is not a roast video. This is a celebration. This is showing respect to players who are just doing their thing and just grinding and killing it out here with these selections and these picks. I don't really have a lot of advice for you. Maybe for your next tier 3, yeah, Quicksilver is a good option if you don't have a CTP. Doctor Strange is a good option if you don't have a CTP. For them lined up, that's definitely something to consider. And then, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, but definitely wait for the next update, man. You're killing it. You're killing it, RINO, RINO, RINO. And of course, the shamefulness of the fact that your RINO is not well built. Well, he's got overdrive, but I think he's missing an obelisk, which means you probably took his CTP off of him. So I would have roasted the shit out of you. Well, would I have roasted you for that? Because your name is RINO, RINO, RINO. Tough to say. Next up on the list, we have Mink Fu. And this name seems familiar to me, but I don't think we've talked about them before. Okay, Mink Fu with the Ganja Mafia. Sure, bud. Okay, all right. We're starting to get into the sus territory for cards. Let's take a look at what's going on here. The attack stats are kind of low. The ignore defense is nice. The cooldown is nice. 22% max HP. Okay. Not bad. Honestly, when I saw this, I was expecting worse. So this is actually not that bad. That's a pretty interesting card. The ignore defense proc is not useful, but the rest of those stats are nice. This card is probably the one you need to replace. It's only got 2 good stats. If you love PvP, there's better max HP cards that you can find. So definitely look into that. This card probably needs to be rerolled as well. It only has energy attack as a good stat. I know it's 6 quality, but that doesn't really matter. The Loki card here also needs to be rerolled. It only has 1 good stat. And then this card, keep it. So keep this one, reroll this one, reroll this one, and then replace that one. But actually pretty good. You got 2 tier 3s, so you're working your way back up. Okay, destruction here. Energy. Okay, I don't really agree with this energy. I think she should have destruction or rage, but that's pretty much it. Not energy doesn't really work that well. None of the other CTPs work that well for Captain Marvel. Let's take a quick look at some of the builds here. They seem decent, but you just seem like you haven't been playing for too long, or maybe you came back. Maybe you were playing for a long time and then you came back, because you have quite a few tier 2s. And you have all these characters unlocked already. So yeah, I would say you're doing a pretty good job with building up. Blessing of Asgard is a no-no, my dude. You're doing a pretty good job of building up the right characters. It seems like you're prioritizing maybe Shadowland, because you've got a really nice mix of villains and heroes. Tenacious Symbiote does not work for Venom, but it doesn't matter because he's just a healer. And it seems like you're skipping the right uniforms and getting skipping the wrong uniforms and getting the right uniforms. The wrong ones being the ones that don't help you out that much. Maybe you could have skipped this one. But yeah, it seems pretty good. I think for your next tier 3, wow, he definitely needs that holiday uniform. You gotta pick that up, brother. I think for your next tier 3, probably Sharon, if you can get the new uniform. She does really well without a CTP. You could also go with Luna or Quicksilver. Anyone that doesn't need a CTP to shine, I think is a great option. And you do have her newest uniform, so that is definitely an option. And you have a nice cold damage, ignore dodge, 200 proc. So definitely consider Luna. But as always, wait for the next update first before you see it, and then fix up those cards. And then maybe consider, swapping some of these CTPs around, because he'll do better with an energy than a destruction for PvE, and she'll do better with a destruction than an energy for PvP. Last but not least, we have Sakura with please just exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Okay. All right, I'm not gonna lie, Sakura. I partially chose your account because I had a feeling with the please just exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, your account was gonna be a little bit less refined, a little bit less polished than some of these other ones that we've seen. And I don't think I'm gonna be wrong about this one. I think we'll be pleasantly surprised. So Dungeon Smoke, you're about to catch this smoke. Let's take a look at these cards. Man, they're not that bad. These are actually cards that I would recommend. Damn it. I was expecting something really nasty. 33% ignore defense, 23% cooldown, some HP. You've got a hilarious amount of energy defense. I don't know why. And then you have way too much attack speed. You cannot run away from this roast. It's happening. You need to fix these cards. Okay, I wasn't that wrong. Yeah, you gotta, this card's trash. Replace it as soon as you can. It's got like nothing that's working for the max HP is the only thing that's working for you. Replace that card. Reroll this card when you can. I know it's hard to reroll and replace simultaneously, but if you have a bad 6-star card, you can't equip it, so then use it to reroll one of your cards. Reroll this one. It doesn't matter if you reroll it as it's equipped, because it's not doing, like, movement speed and crit damage is not helping you out. No. Keep this one for now, I guess, and then keep this one for now. But yeah, these two right here need to be replaced and rerolled ASAP. Now let's take a look at the builds. Damn it, you're the only one with Holiday Deadpool? Really? Okay, maybe somebody else had it as well. Okay, you got 4. Wow, really? CTP of Rage on Cyclops. Energy here and Authority there. Interesting. Wow, no new uniform. Okay, I mean, yeah. It seems like you're just missing a lot of obelisks. Spy Tactics, nope. You're just, no. Prince of Lies, no. It seems like you're missing obelisks, but that's okay. I guess you're probably waiting for the right ones to roll. Crit damage, fire, recovery. That's bad. Don't do that. Destruction here. Okay, nothing on Gorilla. Mind damage, freeze. Don't do that, please. Ignore. Okay, you got the. Okay, all right. Okay, yep. We found it. We found him, boys. Okay, fire damage proc, not bad. Crit damage, crit rate, energy shield. Okay, energy defense, energy shield. Okay, ignore defense. Okay, all right. So yeah, definitely. Take a look at your obelisks a little bit. You have some understanding, but you're just making a few mistakes as far as like the priority of characters. Like, for example, you gave her a lightning damage, ignore dodge, 180 proc. Do you know how good that is? And you wasted it on Black Widow. No offense. I mean, maybe you love her. I mean, she does look pretty hot in this uniform, but like, where's Thor at? Or like wait, actually, where is Thor? Oh my God. My poor Thor. Yeah, okay, well, I can't really blame you too much for that, but yeah, maybe just be a little bit more selective with the obelisks that you get that do have damage procs, because you don't seem to have that many damage proc obelisks, and maybe you have that same problem that other guy had, where you're equipping obelisks just because they have stats that work for a character, like let's say this one right here. This is a really bad obelisk. Yeah, it's got a heal. Yeah, the max HP is whatever, but like this is not helping Dr. Voodoo at all. We never got them to change his damage to poison. So you would have been better off saving this obelisk and using this obelisk to reroll another obelisk. Equipping bad obelisks just to have an obelisk on a character is worse than not equipping them, because you're wasting the good ones. Like even though this is just a guard break 120 proc, this is better served on a better character than on Craven. Like it would be better on Hydro-Man than Craven. Craven's not bad, but Hydro-Man's a lot better. Something like this: mind damage, ignore dodge, energy falls in the head. This is garbage. You could use this to reroll another mind damage obelisk and maybe get one that actually has a proc. Like, dude, you gave a crit rate, crit damage 200 proc to Asian Santa Claus? Really? To buff Santa Claus? Damn, son. Okay, yeah, definitely fix the cards and then be a bit more selective with these procs, because you're giving the good ones away to so-so characters, and then you're giving the bad one. Like, why would you invest in her uniform and then give her this doo-doo obelisk? You know what I'm saying, brother? So just be more selective and only equip obelisks and only keep them when they actually have a proc. I've already seen like a dozen obelisks that you just should have used to reroll other ones. It's better not to have anything equipped than to equip something bad with like energy falls on the head or energy shield or physical shield or some nonsense like that. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Leave your IGN in your comments, and randomly in a video, probably sometime in March, I will probably be choosing you. I will see you in the next one. Take care.